Alright, I haven't uploaded in a while, but that doesn't really matter because no one watches my videos anyway. And we're gonna be playing, or I'm gonna be playing Amnesia. I already played Dark Descent a little bit, but right now we got a new hard drive, a 1 terabyte, well just a little above a terabyte, it's like a terabyte and 50 gigs. So we can like at least play with a few of our favorite games, I guess, yeah. And we'll play Dark Descent, very spooky. Yeah, we're gonna go in.
Don't forget, some things mustn't be forgotten. The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London at Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus. My name is... I am Daniel.
Oh, okay. Now we up. Look like we bashed our head because there's blood on the ground. Or I don't know, yeah. Okay, can we get up? Okay, yeah. This game's pretty spooky and has some good lore. Ooh, what do we have? Follow liquid trail and find its source. Okay, we go. Wait, no, I'm going the wrong way. It's so dark. I need to change the brightness. I think that'll be fine. And then all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, so we can see the monsters. Okay, there we go. It was so dark earlier. Dang. I don't know how much of you know about this game. I don't know if y'all watched PewDiePie back then. Oh boy. Well, my character, Daniel's he's freaking dying, man. Oh. The gust of the wind scared him. What buttons to hold things? Oh, yes, it's that button. I don't know, just to give you a little more context, Daniel intentionally took a serum to forget, and that's hence the game called Amnesia. And then there's a reason why he chooses to forget, and he says that later in one of his notes or whatever. Oh yeah, I can lean. What does L1 do? What did L1 do? I forgot what L1 did. Okay, there we go. And it is a pretty spooky game. It has great lore, and I don't know, I don't have much to say about it. I like the movement system though, how you can just like move around objects and doors by like pushing it instead of just like hitting a button, you know? Makes it really just a little more immersive. I feel like I missed something. Do I have tinder boxes? No. Wait. Yeah, I do have 3. I feel like I missed something. I'm gonna go back, just in case. Look at that boy swing. Wait, I remember finding a secret. At one point, going ahead, there's this hole in the ceiling, and I like stacked a few boxes up and I like jumped on them, and then like when I tried so many times and I fell down and I got hurt, but when I finally got up there, cause like the boxes are kind of annoying to stack, there's this little sign that said hello, not like just normal hello, it's like HALLO, and I think it was really funny. It was really cool. Oh, I'm getting flashbacks. I'm on the floor. I'm hearing noises. No. I think that's blood, but they made it pink so it can be more friendly, I guess. I don't know. Open. Ooh, spooky time. Spooky time. We're fine. Also, yeah, It says when like in darkness you lose sanity. And I feel like the more sanity you lose, I feel like the more likely monsters would spawn. I don't know how affected it is, but it does like make your skin all blurry and make you hear things. So I guess that is true in some sense. Going in the old archives. Pretty cool game. You said that like how many times? 50? Whoa. Oh. Witnessing unsettling events will reduce your sanity. It will be increased by completing puzzles and making progress. I don't have a line for it. Humors. I like that one. I think I need to turn up the brightness just once more. It's still a little too dark. 6.5. 1.6. 5.6. Ooh, yes. Oh, yes. Let me close maggots. My sanity is okay. Oh, it's shaking. I'm trying to look. Okay, just a little more brightness. I can't. It's too dark. I don't want to like start staring and squinting at my screen. Bam. Wham. Wham, jam, bam. Alright, let's see. Ooh, I want to run. Why can't I run yet? No, not let go. It's been tricky. Oh. What's in here? Ooh, heavy. Grab it! Okay. We have picked up lantern, fill it with oil, it can do things. Square. Where's the thing I can like... Nowhere, supposedly. It's fine, we're fine, Daniel. Don't start making noises if the walls start shaking. Oh, and we'll soon find out while this stuff is shaking. Ain't no earthquake. Oh no, siree. Woo! Open this up. Oh. What? Little broom, carpet, and tinger. Alright, okay. Oh, here's the first note.
19th of August, 1839. I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there will be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this. I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in that fact. There is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Brandenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible. Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him. His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong. He will be no match for you. One last thing. A shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality. I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back. You need to escape it as long as you can. Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him. Your former self, Daniel.
Yo, y'all heard that? And we have to kill. Who did he say we have to kill? It was not the self. I wish I could ask you. I've tried everything. There's no way to fight it back. You need to escape as long as you can. Oh yeah, Alexander. And Alexander's like basically the real reason why you're here in the first place. The more we read, the more it would make sense. Oh, you know what I like about this game too? one thing I really like about this game. This game doesn't treat you like a dummy. Like, you get no hints at the puzzles, and sometimes the puzzles can be vague, and you need to be big brain to understand them and to figure them out. Wait, oh no, I forgot. I'm stupid. I need to pull a lever in there to continue. And yeah, in here. I'm stupid. I'm so stupid. I rushed in without thinking. It's right here. It's like it's hidden. Maybe I should like. There we go. What's opening? Oh, you. Broken glass. Don't mind if I do. There's also, oh yeah, you probably saw in the beginning, there's other two games. There's Justine and Picture Machines. And my brother played Justine because he beat the first one. And he said that Justine is like really, or no, you die. Or no, you die once you start completely
Is
over.
it inside the castle?
In a manner of speaking. Come, bring the
You
lamp.
need the lamp. You'll
been
be
to the refinery,
have you not?
I
I don't believe I
have.
have. Is it
Is it
connected
to the...
What did you call it?
What did you call it?
The inner
The inner
sanctum.
sanctum, my most precious chamber,
precious
Daniel,
chamber,
and it lies beneath the
And
refinery.
it
In
lies
fact,
well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies
lies
beneath the very stone
Brennenburg.
of Brennenburg.
I don't know why, but it didn't say the lines. It usually says the lines. And the lines are really good because like the voice acting is like superb. And I love the voices. And as you can see, this game is like, you know, kind of like medieval time. You know? People probably didn't even have toilet paper. I'm just kidding, they have, oh yeah, that door can't be open. Alright, we progress on. No, let's not go there, because if we go there, something bad happens and it's... Whoa. I didn't even turn. That was the character. Like, you heard that little, like, woman screaming. And Daniel going, that wasn't me. That was actually Daniel, like, freaking out. But then it wants me to go down there. I don't want to, though, because something happens. I don't want to spoil it, but it makes it annoying to go through there. Or was it here? I don't... It was here. Oh, yeah, let's just go there. It was, I think it was that door over there. Or was it both of the doors? I can't remember. But yeah. Was it this one? Yeah, it was both of them. I think. I don't know. Okay, I'll just tell you what happens. Like, every time I go through the hallway, it would hurt me, because I go through this event. And as it said, something is following Daniel, a shadow. And that's the only way we describe it. Is a shadow. And... Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. The sound kind of cut it out, but that was still spooky with all these ropes and stuff. Yeah, the shadow follows him. As in, like, it comes in two forms. One, it's all over the walls. And two, it's just a monster. Multiple monsters. At first I thought it was just it was just one shadow, one entity that transformed into other entities, just to screw with Daniel more. But it was actually just a bunch of monsters.
There should be more coop rats. Let me see. And one part aqua fortis.
Okay, so it's a job. Chemistry pot. Early alchemy experiment. This is my third attempt to produce artificial vitia. The former compounds lack the potency I need, but I sense I'm close. Kalman and Orpians are given and the cuprite binds them well. This time I will attempt aqua regia instead of aqua fortis in hope that I will produce a more even solution. The experiment was successful. The solution is highly acid and proves impractically to put any use except as a detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially violently to the solution and should be handled with great care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find any alchemic solution to my predicament. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm like freaking. I'm losing my sanity in the darkness over here while reading. Freaking so many. Nope. Give it to me. Give me. Get out of here. What was I gonna say? One day I will return, and if there wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I would become able to go on. I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. As long as I am able to think of you and long for a life together, I know I'm better than the others. I weep for them. Just lust for power without restraint, where I only crave fair judgment and a safe return. I'm trying to read this, but I keep tripping over my words. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing everything right. I'm just trying to make this interesting. Oh yeah, I forgot what I needed acid for. Oh. Something's in there, but you don't see it in the acid. Stop looking at it. It's spooky. We will soon meet that fellow down there. Multiple times. Chemical relocation. The lack of chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem unaffected, but many stained by the fumes. It will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can, and I move them into the wine cellar. Oh yeah, remember I put things in here. 4 things, and I turn them off and I put them in the things. No, not that. I wonder if we can just prematurely put it here. Yeah, I can. Boom! It's in chest. Of course. Can I open this? No, it's just a dumb box. Is this the only room in here? This can't be the only thing. Don't make sense. Right now I haven't hit the spooky part, but it doesn't actually do that. Oh, freaking, I remember now. This game does this thing where it fake jump scares you. Not only once. In the beginning, it fake jump scares you by like pretending there's a monster, but it immediately disappears as soon as you look at it. And this other time, I was watching my brother play. He died by the monster. He spawned in the same place and the monster was right in front of him. Like the game didn't even care. It just spawns you whatever. You know, it doesn't take any actual checkpoints. And it disappeared playing a game on him. It fiddled with him and that was funny. The other children cheered him on. His name voiced in a steady rising pace, urging them to do it again. Are we really gonna do this? The young boy thought. And oh, I'm starting game again because, you know, new terabyte thing. I'm playing. Let me play until it. Let me play until I get jump scared, okay?
May 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, The dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
Yes, yes, yes. Open sesame. What about the bottom bowl? Nothing. Shut up, bug. There's nothing really in here besides a little silver statue that would be called Stefano if he was gold. I think I get spooked in here. Oh, freaking did the sound cut out for me? I don't know if it would cut out in the video. I don't know if it's just my headphones. Oh, there's something there. No, oh, there's one right here. William's contract? I think that's what it says, contract. I hereby offer my full attention and service to Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg. This contract will reign for a total of 3 years when my freedom shall return to me. In addition, Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg, is not to recommend my services to the Prussian royal court and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. May no man break this seal. William, House of Girich. An Order of the Black Eagle. That's interesting. Ooh, down here. I think I'm gonna explore the other rooms. Oh, never mind, I can't. I'm not stuck on anything. I just heard a noise and I just got scared.
Oh, jump scare. Did you not say?
That's not an actual jump scare. It's an actual leading up to something actually gonna jump scare me. It just creeps me out.
There's practically no jump scares.
This is, remember the one time you go up to the cave and it scares you thinking that it's actually behind you, but it's not? Do you remember that? Someone's playing the piano. Did you beat Justine yet? Justine? Did you beat one? You beat that one? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that one, but if you can save all the people,
Oh yeah, you have to save people?
you don't have to, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
can.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's fucking hard. I can't figure out how to save the first person.
Where was he going? Okay, I heard noise and you go over here. Light it, come on, light it. There we go. Anything over here? I don't think there's. The freaking thing, music keeps going down. I don't know why. It never did that. It would open its light. I think it opened it from the other side. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I know what's gonna happen next. And at one point, I actually see him over there, the creature. What the? I don't remember that sound. Okay, it's not here. Okay, it's not here. 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 I want to keep hearing noises. I'm going insane. Let's refill it once, twice. Oh my gosh. Open again. Open again. Open again. Open again. Well, Tucker, it's spooky. Like earlier, I was fine. But now I'm actually freaking out. There's a piano again. Oh.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the wars. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
The one talking about the castle being to be, I don't know, what do you say, renovated? because the shadow, that's Alexander, and the one talking to him, or replying to him, is Daniel. Oh, you're joking. Oh, I know what to do here. You just cut out there. I don't know if that's just me. Bro.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
I know, I remember. And I'm like watching, I'm hearing this little flashback. So like, because I have to do it, telling me I have to do it fast. Okay, there's one book. There's three, and then, okay. I didn't actually grab it. Wait, I have to do that. I have to do it like that. I forgot. That's not right. Oh. Don't be blind. Yay! Oh, it was actually. Was that three? Pretty sure. I'll just light this. Local folklore. Astalt and Brennenburg Castle, 1801. Another reign-rich, which with lures in Altras, deep within the East Persian woods. For centuries have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor, Castle Brennenburg, the quiet forest-cloud mountains dressed with scattered lakes, is as picturesque can be. Albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Any local you will hear proof of the widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves in such conversation since it will certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twists and the tales, but there are some motifs that keep reappearing. The Gatherers. The story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30-Year War. It's said that the soldiers were abandoned their duty and got lost in the cold, dark woods and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, wrought by their tainted souls, have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited over the years and described them as a horrid revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called gatherers as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside damp burlap sacks dragged behind which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? A visit undone. Oh, give me a minute. I gotta rub my eyes. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. Oh, Agrippa. I think we see him later in the game. The well-known erudite visited Assault at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight as he looked for remains of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the prominent members of the society paid notice, and he was mentioned in many records of the time. One day, he went to investigate a burrow in the northwest glades, only never to be seen again. Heinrich is known to have passed away in the global Grenoble 10 years ago. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Asdalt, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was this mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? The immortal Baron. The Baron Brennenburg lives a reclusive life with his family at the castle nearby Asdalt, and like most of those noble birth, rumors are inherited along the title. Researching the history reveals little before the castle was consumed by the fire of the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a noble from the Rhinelands, claiming that role as the protector of the Persian state. Alexander helps the region to flourish and remain popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage. Therefore, the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in the fact of one of the same who came from the west over 300 years ago. Lived through the time occupation, has adjoined the converted order of the Black Eagle with the long great leaders of the country. Alright, I've been reading too much, time to get jump scared. You mean?
Can't play.
Not until I get jump scared. Not,
It's gonna take a while, you know.
I don't know where I'll rush to it, I'll just run through everything. Oh no.
7th today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
Freaking, I skipped it. Is this one? Yeah, my hands tremble as I write. I feel a note documenting my tribulations, for the fear of my memory will fail me if I linger. Okay. I did it because I feel like I was going to lose sanity. I didn't need to turn on the light, but it's still like a fucking box. I don't know. Oh my gosh. I'm staying in here. I'm staying in here. Good night.